In Episode 7, the story starts in the Kohala district, where people are celebrating the birth of a chief's baby. Everyone is smiling and enjoying the moment, but behind the happiness, there is tension. Kamehameha tries to stay calm and keep peace among his people, but his wife Ka'ahumanu feels sad and distant because she cannot give him a child. She hides her feelings, but inside, she worries about her place and her future. This quiet pain sets the emotional tone for the episode. Soon after, Ka'ahumanu meets with Kaiana and a spy, who brings important news. Keua, Kamehameha's rival, is well protected, and attacking him will be very difficult. This increases the pressure on Kamehameha's leadership. Some people want action, while others believe patience is better. At this moment, there's a short but meaningful scene between Ka'ahumanu and Kaiana. She shows him European customs, like how to curtsy and act politely. Then she playfully makes him kneel and kiss her hand. On the surface, it looks fun, but it also shows growing chemistry and hidden emotions between them, which will matter later. Meanwhile, trouble arrives when Captain Metcalfe and his partner Marley land in Hawaii. They pretend to come for trade and business, but their real intentions are suspicious. Tony, who knows Marley's violent past, warns Kamehameha that these men are dangerous. Even Kaiana warns him too, saying they should act carefully. But Kamehameha chooses peace. He follows the ancient Hawaiian law called mamalahoa, which says that strangers must be treated with hospitality and protection. Because of this, Kamehameha lets Metcalfe's crew leave safely and sends John Young to deliver a friendly message to them, believing this will avoid conflict. However, Kaiana strongly disagrees. He feels Kamehameha is being too soft and that this kindness will only lead to problems later. So Kaiana secretly plans a night raid with Tony and his brother Nahi. Their goal is to sneak onto Metcalfe's ship and attack Marley before he causes harm. They move carefully under the dark night sky, ready to strike. But suddenly, the sound of a conch shell echoes across the water. Someone has alerted Kamehameha about the plan. Kamehameha arrives quickly, stops the raid, and orders Kaiana to retreat. Afterward, Kaiana discovers a painful truth. It was his wife, Kupuohi, who betrayed him by telling Kamehameha everything. Heartbroken and angry, Kaiana feels completely humiliated. His marriage begins to fall apart, and his trust in Kamehameha is badly shaken. At the same time, Ka'ahumanu's influence in the court starts growing, making Kaiana feel even more isolated and powerless. Then comes the most shocking part of the episode. Instead of leaving peacefully, Captain Metcalfe sails to a nearby bay, where many innocent villagers gather to watch his ship out of curiosity. Without warning, Metcalfe orders his men to load cannons with nail-filled canisters and fire into the crowd. The scene is horrifying. Explosions tear through the air, and people scream as men, women, and children are killed instantly. Among the victims is Vai, also known as Waine, someone very close to Kaiana, which makes the tragedy even more personal and heartbreaking. Even Marley, who is known for being cruel, is shocked by the extreme violence and tries to stop Metcalfe. But instead of listening, Metcalfe throws Marley overboard and sails away, leaving behind a beach filled with death and destruction. When Kaiana finally reaches the bay, it's too late, looking at the bodies of his people scattered everywhere. His heart is filled with grief, anger, and regret. He realizes that this massacre could have been prevented if Kamehameha had acted against Metcalfe earlier. For Kaiana, this moment is deeply painful. He has lost loved ones, been betrayed by his wife, ignored by his leader, and now his people have suffered the consequences. The episode ends on a somber and powerful note. Kamehameha is left questioning his choices, struggling to understand whether mercy was the right decision or a terrible mistake. Kaiana's trust in him is almost completely broken, and the entire Hawaiian leadership feels divided. Inside the court, tensions are rising, alliances are weakening, and anger is growing stronger. Outside forces, especially the British, are becoming more dangerous than ever, and this tragedy sets the stage for bigger battles and betrayals in the episodes to come.